everyone, and welcome to NameHero.com. Today I want to talk a little bit about our commitment to customer service and talk a little bit about our reviews and our transparency and the relationship that you can expect with us here at NameHero. I've typed a blog post up, and you can visit namehero.com/startup and read a little bit more about this. But since I got started working online in 1998, I've always had my eyes on the web hosting industry because obviously before I could start my first website, I had to have a web hosting account, which later led to having dedicated servers. And then I started selling web hosting in the early 2000s. Over the last 2 decades, really, I've seen a lot of stuff happen throughout the hosting industry. And the biggest thing is the massive buyouts by large corporations. It was really cool in the early 2000s onwards and upward watching young entrepreneurs create these businesses that were later on acquired by big corporations for multi-million-dollar deals. But still, because of this, it was the main reason in me creating NameHero is because I really felt like that many of the good named web hosts began selling out and lacking in their customer service. You can actually get on Google, or you can check out my link there, and you can read some fairly concerning comments about customer service from other companies out there. Now, I don't post this to shame this particular company or any company out there. I'm just trying to get out there about transparency and reviews of actual reviews, because if you just search for reviews that have been doctored or tailored up, that's not being honest with your customers. Here at NameHero, we strive to not only provide 10 for 10 customer satisfaction, we also strive to be transparent with these reviews. So I never want our reviews to look like the link above. You can go and you can read them. Trustpilot's have a lot of integrity, and they verify all these reviews before people can post them. And you can see the company in questions even trying to respond to them. But that's really bad. It's not good to see that happen. And unfortunately, in the business world, we see this happen too often, especially when you see a large buyout. So I want to offer a better hosting experience, and I want to offer something a little different in this industry. When you sign up with us at NameHero, I want you to be able to expect professional, quality customer support 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, via the telephone, live chat, and our ticket system. Now, personally, when I'm looking for support, I really think our ticket desk is the fastest and easiest way to get support, just because as soon as you submit a ticket, we have all your information, and then we can begin troubleshooting immediately. If you call in on the phone, of course, we can pull your stuff up, but a lot of times it's hard to relay your problem via the telephone. But it's still set up nonetheless. Same with live chat is sometimes we have to gather the information in order to really troubleshoot it. So me personally, I like to submit a ticket, but if you like to talk on the phone or live chat, then those options are available. We strive to have all our tickets answered within 15 minutes, so at least we'll begin working on the problem. Most all problems are solved within an hour tops. Sometimes it may take a little bit longer depending on your issue, but on average, things are normally resolved really a lot of times in a lot less time than an hour. Now I want to talk about the scope of our technical support. So given everything I've just said, sometimes we come off as superheroes, which that's what we're trying to do, but unfortunately, sometimes there's things that are outside the scope of our support. We can't expect, when we're training our technicians here at NameHero, we can't expect them to know every single piece of software out there. There's a lot of scripts and a lot of PHP developers and stuff like that. So what we can do is make sure that everything's working on the server as it's intended to work, and then we make every effort possible to fix your issue. But sometimes it's just not possible. And I'll use an example, WHMCS. We provide a free license with our corporate reseller account, and because of this, we also receive a fair amount of support tickets asking for help with integrations and supporting the software in general. Now, it's unfortunate, but also just how it is, they've encrypted the files for WHMCS, so we can't actually look at the PHP files and help diagnose some issues. We have to actually have you reach out to their support who has access to the files that can say, okay, here's what exactly is going on. And thankfully, they do provide full support for our resellers. They're just not as fast as us, which can be sometimes frustrating. But it kind of is what it is. But, the same goes to a lot of other pieces of software out there. WordPress is one that all of our techs are trained on because we know that 99% of our customers use WordPress in some capacity. Maybe it's for the whole CMS for the website, maybe it's just for the blog, but nonetheless, we see our customers are using it. So we do try to be trained on most all the common issues with WordPress. But sometimes if you're using a custom theme with all tons of plugins, we can't really figure it out because we're not the developer of all the plugins. We're not a developer of the theme. So sometimes we have to say, well, listen, the problem is with a plugin or your theme, so you really need to go to whoever developed this and see what's going on. We can assure you that the server is working as intended. Transparent reviews. Now, this is a big one, and like the link I shared above, I mean, if you do research on some of the bigger brands, you don't really see those bad reviews coming up first, and that's by design, obviously. They have millions of dollars, maybe even billions of dollars in capital. They can kind of doctor online reputation management, so the good stuff comes up first, and the bad stuff's kind of hidden. At Name Hero, we just... we try to be very transparent. We have integrated with Shopper Approved, so when people leave us a review, it automatically publishes once their team reviews it, so it's a verified buyer, which you'll see. You can actually click on this screenshot and see I took this from our reviews section. You can click this link here and actually get to there, and I'll get to there in just a second. But you can see by here, they verify all the transactions to make sure everything matches up, so meaning that when a user submits their reviews, that it's actual true reviews, because they're actually getting information about the order to verify that. Reflecting back to my own experience, though, with web hosting, there's nothing worse than a company that's not transparent or upfront. If they're telling you that their support's really good, but in return it's really bad, that's dishonest, and that's just not how we run business here. I look at Name Hero like all of our customers are sole investors. We're not publicly traded. We're not owned by a huge corporation. We're a group of internet entrepreneurs that saw an opportunity in the web hosting industry to come in and provide a quality service. And so the more customers we get and the more signups we have, obviously, is the more capital we have to grow and expand our services. So we do this by transparency and striving for 10 for 10 customer service. I want to get on to 2 other pages, but I do want to say, and I'll continue saying this throughout the blog and on my videos, if there's ever an issue that you're having trouble getting resolved at Name Hero, you can always reach out to me, Ryan Gray, the CEO, and I'm more than happy to look at those issues personally to make sure it gets addressed. So if you go over here to our main site, though, you can see we publish these reviews and being transparent on our page, and you can see someone here wrote expensive, but they still put 5 stars. I'll always say that we're not a discount host. We do have competitive pricing, but Name Hero is never going to be the cheapest web host out there. In order for us to offer high quality servers and infrastructure, as well as a customer service that you come to expect, we cannot be the cheapest. So if you are looking for the cheapest, you're going to probably sacrifice some uptime and some customer satisfaction, but some people don't care about that. They just need a web host, and they don't care if the customer service sucks. They don't care if they don't have customer support. They just want a really cheap hosting account. That's not going to be us here at Name Hero. We believe in kind of taking the whole trifecta. You're going to have a great quality web hosting account with a great quality support team with a great quality infrastructure. So that's kind of how our core beliefs are here, and we're not going to change them just because someone can't afford a certain hosting package. If we're out of your price range and it's a free country, you can select another company. Here's our review page, though. I like to call this our wall of fame, so to speak, because this is the biggest way we can become transparent. And you can see we've got a paragraph typed with kind of our goals here and our mission statement here at Name Hero. But each one of these links to a different type of reviews. So first off, you have our main reviews, which is now being collected by Shopper Approved. We integrated these last month, and we've had a lot of success because we were looking for a platform to where it could be a third party. So it's not objective. It's not us doctoring their reviews. They're actual customers. So we spent a lot of time researching, who can we integrate with to where we can show these reviews on our website, on our social media accounts, and to our current customers as well as our future customers. And so Shopper Approved is who we went with, and you can see they collect all these reviews for us, and we publish them all throughout our site. And you can go down here and you can see it's paginated. So if you want to read more, you can go through all of that. You can also click on this link and bring it up in a new window, and all that stuff is in there, courtesy of Shopper Approved. Now, we do have some down here that we've syndicated to the site. That's why I wanted to list the Shopper Approved first, so you can see that those have actually been verified by them. As we get down here, we see some bloggers as well as web hosting talk users have reviewed us, so we've linked to those threads. Next, we like to highlight our Facebook reviews. We don't really push for a lot of Facebook reviews because really, once they're on Facebook, they can be integrated into the site by these big boxes here, but they don't display as pretty as the Shopper Approved. So we do have that opportunity, and if you use us, feel free to leave us a note on our Facebook page. But you can go down here and you can see some of the user's experience. Facebook's cool that we can embed these, but as I said, they're just not as flexible and friendly as the shopper-approved ones. So we do try to syndicate those. We have some reviews that go out on the industry sites. If you search web hosting reviews, there's a million different sites out there with companies offering the highest quality reviews. So we try to syndicate some of those as well on our website here. And we appreciate those reviews too. And these don't get updated as often because there is so many review sites out there. It's really impossible for us to keep up with all of them. So we try to keep up with as many as we can. But those aren't updated as much as the shopper approved. Next, we have our support reviews, and we've broken these up into separate pages because it was getting quite long. What we do each month is we take screenshots from the feedback in our support desk. So after you submit a ticket with us and we close the issue, you receive a follow-up email asking, what would you like about the service and what you dislike? And you can click each one of these, and you can see we have the date and the time. Texts are rated on a 0 to 10 scale. So it's either 0 or all the way to the 10. And then customers are asked to leave comments. And you can see we publish all of that stuff. Now, sometimes we have a bad one. This here they wrote 0, but they said fantastic. So they just didn't, they ignored the star rating. Now this one here, they... obviously someone frustrated about some potential fraudulent activity. Sometimes we do get that. I mean, we're not perfect. We strive for 10 for 10, but always we cannot be 100% perfect. So that stuff happens. I mean, it is what it is, right? You can see here after the last 2 days, I'm a customer for life, and that's what we're going for. And so I monitor these as CEO of the company. I really monitor this stuff very carefully, and I take it very serious. If we have anything bad, I try to reach out to the person immediately and see, what could we have done different? What can we do to make it right? And most of the time when I see bad stuff, it's normally a misunderstanding. So that's the reason for all these blog posts and videos on what to expect at Name Hero, because I want to be transparent and I want you to know what to expect from us. I don't want it to be some surprise. So you can go through, and we have all the months of 2017. We just started doing this at the end of 2016, so we don't have all the stuff from 2016 and 2015. But moving forward, we will be archiving all this stuff, so we have this. We also publish our uptime reports. Now we do this on a yearly basis because doing this monthly would kind of be a pain in the butt. So we pick a couple of our reseller and shared nodes and share our uptime reports that come from a third party. That way we're not going to BS you about our uptime guarantee. You can actually see it for yourself. And we use a third party to monitor these servers just so you're not getting an uptime report that's from our servers. So it's right there. We also have this integrated here. If you want to leave a review from one of the hosting industry sites, this is Host Advice. You can leave that here. We do appreciate that. We like the shopper approved the best because we can display it, but sometimes we do like to have these as well. So if that's something that you would like to do for us, we certainly would appreciate it. But that's how we showcase our reviews here at Name Hero. As I mentioned in our blog post, here, we're not as well branded as HostGator, as Bluehost, as some of the bigger names out there. We're certainly working on it. I believe over the next decade, you're going to see a lot of Name Hero throughout the web hosting industry because we're not going anywhere. I published an announcement this morning talking a little bit about the recap from the last month here at Name Hero. And selling the company is not in my near future. I'm 32 years old. I believe I have at least 40 good years ahead of me. I'm not one of those hosts that's in this for the quick buck. I'm not in this to build this company up and then just sell it off to the highest bidder. I'm not going to do that. I'm here for the long term, the long haul. It's been my goal ever since I worked online to have a very successful, profitable, good web hosting company. And so it's not, I'm not in this for the quick buck or the quick turnaround. So I hope this video helps. I hope this lets you know a little bit about Name Hero, our reviews, and what to expect from us, and kind of what our commitment to our customers here. So if you have any questions, feel free to let us know. Comment on this video, comment on the blog post, or reach out to us on social media. Either way, we will get back to you. But thanks a bunch, and thank you everyone for using NameHero.com. We certainly appreciate your business, and we look forward to working with you for the unforeseeable future. Thanks so much.